friends on YouTube and members of the ForecastEDGE trading community. Welcome back to another video. Matthew here. Today we are going to be executing a live trade using the Kalshi predictive market platform. With that being said, let's jump right in. Now, on the Kalshi home screen, when you're on the home screen at the top, you'll see that there's a bar of categories running across, okay? Each of these categories is representing a predictive market, and within these predictive markets are the predictive market contracts that we as the retail traders or individual investors can execute positions on. Now, with that being said, today we're going to go over a well-known asset, which is going to be cryptos, right? Now, there's a bunch of different things to choose from Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, but we will do Bitcoin. Now, each of these contracts in front of you is representing a different predictive market position that we can be taking, and they're each going to be in yes or no. And remember, when predictive markets are trading, they trade in a range of 0.01 cents all the way up to a full dollar, okay? And another way to think of it is not in the sense of a dollar, is in the percentage chance of a probable outcome or a probability, right? So right now we're going to do Bitcoin's price today at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we're going to say that it will be under 68,500, and we're going to buy no in dollars and we'll get out in shares, okay? So we will put $15 on this, and now you can see that once my trade is executed, see, so I didn't get filled yet because the prices are changing. So if I do this, we'll do this. And once I get filled, now you'll see that I have 34 contracts of no for Bitcoin being above the price of 68,500 at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today. We are in these positions, and I have 34 contracts of no at an average price of 56 cents. So let's say I want to get out of this. All I have to do is use my trade table that loaded up on the right hand side, and there is a sell option. When I click on the sell option, it loads a new trade table with my positions and my contracts here ready to be sold. And it's telling me that I'm in an average price of 56 cents, right? And is now trading. My 34 contracts of no are trading, my 34 contracts of no were filled at an average price of 56 cents, and right now they're trading at an average price of 55 cents. So we'll watch as this trade progresses, and it's telling us right now that Bitcoin is trading at 68,440 and 65 cents, okay? I, let's say, want to get out of a majority of my positions when this starts trading above 56 cents in this predictive market contract, okay? And another thing we can do is you can set limit orders, and limit orders are going to only be executed if the price of the contract trades at the price that you want it to be executed at. So, for example, let's say I want to get out of 24 of my contracts when this gets to 66 cents, right? And that will be a return of $2.40 on my original investment, okay? And that's a pretty simple one. All I need to do is go like this and submit my order. And now you'll see that the order is queued. Why is the order being queued? Because I'm waiting for that limit order to be touched, right? So we can watch as this trades, right? We still have our contracts. We still have our 34 contracts. We can get out of them whenever we please in the full amount, because we're doing this in a market order setting. In the trade table, we're selling the positions, our positions of 34 contracts of no at 56 cents, right? Which is trading at an average price of 51 cents right now. Again, and I think that there is a probability of this trading above 56 cents within the next hour, right? That's the point of these predictive markets. Every moment they're changing, right? So if the Bitcoin, as I look at my scanners and my charts, I see that Bitcoin's live tick by tick is trading at 68,431 cents, right? And we need it to be under 500. So I'm going to make my support line here, or resistance line, and I do think that we see it go at least to 68,321 within the next half hour. And even if it bounces from there, we'll cover our position, because it all comes back down to being in probabilities, right? That's what we're looking for. Okay, and now you can see as it starts trading lower and lower, right? So right now it's at 68,423. It starts looking more in our favor, and the contracts went from an average price of 51 cents to 58 cents. We're filled at 56, and we have a resting order. If these get up to that 66 cents, we're going to get out of some of our contracts, and these contracts being 34 contracts of no at an average price of 56 cents, right? And now we'll wait, and we're waiting. See, did you see how that just happened? Now I only have 10 left. Why did that happen? Because I had my limit order set, and it went traded to that price that I was talking about, that 68,321. It broke that low. So that's why the probabilities changed. Now look, I still have 10 contracts on. Now say I want to cover the rest of my contracts. All I have to do is click review, submit, and now I'll go back and you'll see that I'm in no contracts anymore of the Bitcoin's price today at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it tells us that we made an overall profit of $2.55 on our $15 investment. Again, which doesn't seem like much, but in the sense of what trading financial instruments is, it's all percentages. You think in percentages, right? So when I go here, I can see that on our history, right, that we had, let's see, here we go, a 13% gain on our position, 13% gain on our position in a matter of, let's say, 5 minutes, right? So if you think of trading in a scalable manner, that's what I'm getting at, is that we made 13% on our investment within 5 minutes of putting a trade on. That is the value of these predictive markets. These are predictive contracts. They work just like any other financial instrument. And for today's video, we will do one more trade, and we can even use the same probabilities, right? So I'm looking, I can go back and I can look at my charts, and I see that Bitcoin kind of bounced at that level there. I can say that I think, right, $2, let's say, excuse me, let me go back real quick, $2, let's see if we put 5 on, right? It's estimated if we're gonna buy 5 of this, right? And I think it's going to trade above, look, so now I get in my trade, I have 5 contracts of yes at an average price of 43 cents. I go from the buy side to the sell, and it's saying 5 contracts of 43 cents, right? At an average price of 43 cents. And this is for Bitcoin's price to be above 68,500 or above by 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today. And that has to just test our spot here, right, one time, and that's all it is. And this was, again, off of what we originally had our let's see, I can go here, right, and it's showing 5 contracts of yes at 43 cents, and right now it's trading at an average price of 43 cents. So same what we put in, because we only put in $2.50. We put in what we made on our last trade, and I'm going to show you how these predictive markets can work in a matter of moments. Things can start changing, because all this is it's really simple. It's being present in the moment. Probabilities, we're watching probabilities take place right in front of us. That's why every downtick is going from a high from 43 lower, and every uptick it will go from where it was and continue its climb. So let's see if we have a good position here with our 5 yes contracts of 43 cents. And it bounced off of that level the first time that we saw it there. Okay, at that 68 321.28. Okay, and if it does, we'll see if it wants to test it. There's a lot of supports over there, right? And another cool thing, watch, this is watch what happens when I average in. If I do $2.05 now, right? If I do, excuse me, $2, because this is asking contracts. If I do $2.05 now of yes, watch what happens. So I didn't get filled on those ones yet. We still have our 5 at an average price of 43, right? Say we want to buy $2.05 of it. if we're not getting filled, that's when the market's not there for it yet. Okay, so all we need to do, we can see if I can put up an additional 5 here and see that's going to fill. And now you see that I went from my 5 yes at an average price of 43 to 18 contracts of yes at an average price of $37.90. Okay, and right now it's trading exactly at that same range of the 68,321.28. And what we are saying in this predictive market contract is that the price of Bitcoin will be above 68,500, or it will be at 68,500 or above at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is what these predictive markets are and how you work them, okay? And again, I go now from buying in to my selling, and I can sell my 18 contracts, right? And that's as simple as it is. And right now I have a decent price of 18, or an average price of $37.90. And if I see, it's trading at an average price of 34 cents right now. Okay. And this is where we're going to see if it can continue to go in our favor. And if it does, then we can show you the probability of the contracts that load in when these ones are expired. Okay. And again, this is more of the live stream format. So while we're watching this happen, what I am going to do is I'm going to bring over our company. Okay, this is the Forecast Edge. If you are interested in joining our trading community, all you need to do is go to our website, theforecastedge.com, and on your right hand side you'll see join the war room. When you join the war room, you'll be granted access to our trading community via Substack, and that's where we post our trade ideas. Even predictive marketplace, we do predictive markets, option contracts, futures contracts, all types of trading. And we also offer coaching for traders, one-on-one coaching, if that is something you're interested in, you want to take your trading to the next level. That is what we do here at the Forecast Edge. Okay, now if you are interested, all you have to do is go to our website, theforecastedge.com. Again, that is theforecastedge.com. Right hand side, join the war room, select which plan's right for you, and then you are granted access, and we will see you on the other side. Okay, so we are still in our contracts here of 18 contracts of yes at an average price of 37 cents, in 37, pretty much 38 cents here. And now we are going to see what comes out of this trade with 46 minutes left on this contract. That's what's exciting about it. It's a live trade. I'm showing you the numbers and percentages in different ways of executing these positions. So let's see, right now we're still in at 37, it's at 29 cents now, right? So say I want to average in, let's see if I can get on my $2.05 now, right? And now I do. So see, I have 25 contracts of yes at a price of, or average price of 35 cents a contract. 25 contracts of yes at an average price of 35 cents. So all I need is this to go above 35 cents in each of my 25 contracts of yes becomes profitable with 45 minutes left on these candles here. And if I had to say, this is a good jumping point. See if it jumps here. But that's as simple as it is with these predictive markets. That's how you trade them. It's just as simple as putting an order on. If it was something of in the same manner of other financial instruments like futures contracts or options contracts, they have a range and a value of what the whether it be a tick or whether it be a full move, full points, things of those natures. That's how you can trade these predictive markets. They're very familiar to the trading mind, and they are very comfortable. Like, I think that most traders are very comfortable using these products because they remind them of those other financial instruments such as option contracts or futures contracts, which are more known to the whether it's institutional trader or retail trader. Those are more common assets, just as crypto was something new. These predictive markets are new, but they are going to be useful for the everyday individual, whether you be a trader or an investor, to be able to make profits off of simple predictions. Okay, my friends? Now, Here we go. Let's see if we can get these. So we're at an average price of 35 cents, or 35 cents, right? Pretty much 36 cents. And they're trading at 32 cents now. Okay, and if we see that, if we could see this trading above pretty much 60, let's say 69,000 by the end of the day. If it wants to play that hard, it can. So let's see. Here we go. Is it telling people to get out of the way? Let's see. Is it telling people to get out of the way? It could be. Right? Because that's on a 1 day. Let me show you the 1 hour. Here we go. They're on the come up. They're on the up and up. It's not all so bad. When in doubt, zoom out, right? That's what they tell you. Now, as you can see, it's trading at an average price of 32 cents, and our average price is 35 cents, 35.7, right? 36 cents is what we're going to call that. So if it starts trading at an average price of above 36 cents, which is right here, right? Above 36 cents, then we are going to be in a profitable state for these contracts. And we have 43 minutes left on these exact positions, okay? All right. Let's see any good bounce points here. I see 69,000, but what's in the middle of this? I do like this. I like this, all right. Let's see what happens here, right? 25% chance of it happening. Same difference. What we can do here is what I'm doing is averaging into these predictive markets. We have 25 contracts of yes at an average price of 35 cents, okay? I've already averaged in. If I like the way that the candles are set up, then we may be able to get a good trade out of these. So it looks okay. See, I don't understand. Because this is, so let's see, I'm at $30 higher than what's going on the predictive market on Kalshi's website itself. But then again, I am also on a very well-known trading platform, TradingView, watching instant charts. I pay for the live feed, so I'm watching it just a hair faster than what it's giving us here, because I'm already at 68,309 and this is trading at 68,259, so I'm at $50 higher than that. But look, so here we go. We can get our positions ready. We still got our 25 here. 25 of them. Right? And I'm going to show you how it works. At an average price of 30 cents right now. Right? And we're going to see if it can clip through this. It's got to get through the 68,321 on my charts. We still haven't cleared there. But we still have, you know, 2/3 of the hour left, so we will see. We'll see how this ends up playing itself out. And another way you can look at your positions is going to your portfolio, and it tells me right here, right? Bitcoin's price today. All right. We got 25 contracts of yes at an average price of 36 cents. That is the dealio here, okay? We got a hanging candle. We got a hanging hammer over here for, to a doji. Oh, we like those. We like dojis. So let's see, 250. Review. Okay, 34 cents. 35 cents is what we're looking at. And we just needed to trade above that with a formation that we teach here at the Forecast Edge that I can explain in more depth if you go into our Substack and go onto our YouTube channel and check out previous videos. There's multiple ways to use these financial markets and multiple strategies that you guys can be using in order to do so. Like we provide the coaching and the risk management and the discipline to help you guys become the best traders that you can be. That is what we do here at the Forecast Edge. This is why we want you guys to be aware of these predictive markets, so you guys can be taking advantage of them and also making profits from prediction, right? That's the best part. So let's see if this closes above here. Again, we just need it to be above 34.5 cents. It's trading at 32 cents right now. Okay. And this is showing you that probabilities are changing every moment, right? Every moment, every tick higher to 68,500 is going to be beneficial for our yes contracts, because we are saying in this predictive contract, Bitcoin's price today at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is going to be at 68,500 or above. That is what we are saying. And right now it's trading at 68,350. Okay. And now you can see that we're starting to see some returns on our numbers here, because we have 32 contracts of yes at 34 cents. Okay. We're going to see if this can get, this is a good extension candle, which is what I was looking to see in this. And it really was. And they closed above it. I did close above it. See if they want to scream. The markets did a good job of coming back today. Even, you know, the Dow Jones was down almost 1,000 points, and it's only down close to 300 now. Pretty good, right? Okay, let's see if we can get this above our 35 cent average, right? That's what we're looking for. We're looking for 35 cents, and we're looking for it to break above this, and we'll be out. Right. And we still have, again, 37 minutes on this contract, on these exact contracts. So let's see if it can cook itself up a little bit. We've seen these formations. We've seen them form here before. Right? And we've been sitting in these positions. I mean, the first position we put on was a return of 13% in, you know, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, really. But I want you guys to see how it works when you're trading these. Using the trade table on the Kalshi platform, the right-hand side here, I'm looking to sell 32 of my contracts of yes at an average price of 35 cents for Bitcoin's price today at 4 p.m. to be above 68,500 or above. Okay? We're seeing some good formations over here on the chart. And I think it's going to give us what we were looking for. So let's see it. Again, if we get almost even up just to that 68,401, that's going to be pretty good for our contracts here. Okay. One or the other. It's watching these contracts. Sometimes you gotta just change. It's called hunting. That's why I change time. When in doubt, zoom out. You know, I'm watching it. It is doing a good job of jumping here. And that's 6,400. I mean, 68,401 is looking like it could be around the corner. We just need to see how it's gonna play itself out. You know, closing above that 6320 is pretty good. Pretty good for us. And even if we could just average out of these contracts, and in the end of that, that's what we're looking to do. That's what's cool about the predictive markets, is that you can scale in and out of these contracts using this sell table and the trade table here. I can get out of, you know, only 20 of my 32 if I want to keep some runners on, or I can get out of my whole contract, or you can scale in and out of these contracts, which is an incredible feature for things of this type of nature, financial instruments. That's how you, as a trader, can turn, you know, small amounts of capital into large gains, because it's all comes back down to the risk management of these positions, right? And right now, we've seen it's been kind of jumping a little bit, but I do believe that we will have an opportunity to get out of these contracts at a 34 or 35 cent average, 32 contracts of yes at 35 cents average before 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today. I'm not even looking to get the full payout. I just think that it will give us a better payout than the original 42 cents into our 35 cent average. It's the way that it should be trading due to what I'm watching on my charts, right? Not on the Kalshi chart only, which is a good feature for any trader to be able to look and see at the chart and see what it was trading at. But what we're doing is, watching it moment of tape. So every second that I see on my screen, I'm getting the actual live feed of the price. And here we go. See, there we go, right to that 400. There was that 68,401. They touched it, right? So we're gonna wait and let this start flying. If you see, because if this thing starts flying above that 68,400, 500 is the next one, and that's what we need it to be at, right? And that's what we wanted it and needed to be at. And it looks like it's starting to do it. 37 cents now on these, right? And the close above that would be big time. And like I said, what's great about these is that I can put a limit order on and say that I want to get out of a majority of my contracts, right, at a limit price of, let's say they get up to 55 cents. I'm going to get out of 4 of my contracts at 55 cents. That's how that's going to work, okay? And now you can see again that I have one resting order. All I need to do if I want to get out of it is go back to my sell side on my trade table, and I still can have full control of my 32 contracts. If I want to sell them all at once, all I have to do is keep them on that 32 cents, or the 32 contracts, because that's out of the 32 I have, right? I already have a resting order on a majority of them, so I'm just managing my position through the trade table here. And it's actually starting, like I said, to pump up a little bit. So let's see if it can clear and with conviction get over that 68,401.54, right? And then we have our 68,500 next on the board. That's what we should be trading, and that's what it should be getting to trade at. They're trying to test that right now. Here it comes. Let's see it. Okay. Watch. I'm getting out of 10 of them, right? So I'm getting out of 10 of my contracts. And look, I still have my resting order here. Good till cancel, 55 cents, right? That's what we said that we want them to get to, 55 cents. And you can see we went from being an average price, 34.5 cents, right, all the way up to this 55. Isn't that incredible? Now we only have our 22 contracts left. Your order was successfully canceled, so I'm just going to go like this now. Excuse me. Fat fingered on that one. 22. We're going to sell 22 of them. And look at this. Just like that, we have gotten in and out of 2 predictive market contracts today within a half hour, just about 20 minutes, right? So again, we can show you guys how to use these predictive markets and these predictive markets and these predictive market contracts to make a profit. So we have made, I know we weren't putting a lot of money on the line, but it was for the sake of the video that you see that off of our $15, no more than $15 at a time, right? We made 15% on our contracts, on the predictive market contracts. Again, it's only $4.73 on our $15 investments, but it's showing you the scalability of, because 15% of $100 is a lot more than 15% on $15, and 15% on $1,000 is a lot more than 15% on $100. So again, if you are interested in learning about these predictive markets and how to use them as financial instruments to profit, we are here for you guys. That's what we do here at the Forecast Edge. All you need to do is go to our website, theforecastedge.com. That's where you'll join the war room, select which plan's right for you, and then we will be able to show you how you can turn your predictions into profit. Don't just predict, profit. And we'll catch you in the next one. Like and subscribe, leave a comment, and thank you for checking out our content.